Bob Carrington joins us, makes his debut on the old program. First of all, appreciate the time. What is it about Pitt Panther basketball on the road this year? You guys have been really, really dangerous on the road. What's the story?
I feel like it's just practicing what we preach. Like we always preach, being Pittsburgh tough, being road tough, and that's just always bringing the fight to our opponent, no matter where we are, no matter if it's our court or theirs.
Is there anything these Pitt Panthers do on the road for fun that gets you guys together, maybe unites you when you guys are away from Pittsburgh?
Funny enough, it's honestly 2K14. Like, we'll play 2K14 like the night before a game and like with everyone in the room. And I feel like it's just like another way, like it just unites us all. Like it's just a fun game we'll play, and it's old, but it's just something that we do. I really don't know why, but I would say that's like the one tradition we have on the road.
Okay, who's the 2K star on the sticks then? Honest answer.
Okay. Honestly, it's probably Zach Austin. Zach Austin, he's like really good at it. But then second is me for surely.
Okay, all right. We'll get up with Zach Austin eventually. We'll have to ask him about that. Also, question.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Here, hold on a second.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Time out. So, 2K14 is the gold standard for you guys?
That's old school, too.
I know, but Bub's only 18. I mean, just think about that a second.
Bob, who do you play with? I
never played the game until I got here. Until my first road game playing for Pitt, I have not played 2K14.
Who's your team when you're playing?
It used to be the Thunder because I was bad, so I would just use Kevin Durant because he was like a cheat code. But now I'm pretty good, so I can use other teams now.
That Thunder team was pretty legit, though.
Tell you what, when somebody uses the Charlotte Hornets and wins, you let me know. You let me know when the Charlotte Hornets beat somebody.
They're not even in the game yet.
The Hornets are catching strays today. They did not ask for this on a Monday, okay? I know our graphic has your name, Carlton, Carrington. You go by Bub. So for people who don't know this yet are wondering why we're calling you Bub, tell us the behind the scenes of your nickname.
It's mainly because that was my dad's nickname, and we have the same like government name as well. So just whatever name that he got, I just got. So since he's Carlton Carrington, I was Carlton, and then they called him Bub, so now they just called me Little Bub. But I'm Big Bub now because he's smaller than me.
Let him know. They better come correct.
It's been such a long year, right? And Taylor and I, of course, when we were covering it, it's like, man, it's such a grind, the ups and downs for everybody in the league. But I mentioned that you're only 18 years of age. Does it feel like it's flown by, or has this been kind of a grind getting through all this?
Honestly, it's been both. Like, it's been a grind. It's definitely not easy playing all these games and then being fortunate enough to be in the position that I am in where I'm playing, kind of like significant minutes in these games. So it's definitely been a long season. It's been a grind. But I feel like it's flown by. Like, today, we were talking about in the weight room, like, we got 2 more games into the tournament. I'm like, whoa, like, we only have 2 regular season games left. Like, that's crazy. I felt like the season just started.
It does feel like the season just started. For you, describe to us what the transition was like from high school ball to really being thrown into the fire. At this time last year, you're playing in a state tournament essentially, and now you're starting for Pitt. What's been the biggest adjustment for you?
I would say the biggest adjustment has been just the physicality and the speed that everything moves at. Everything's just a lot faster. Everything happens at just like a very, I would say like efficient pace. No one's waiting around for you. Everyone's grown now. Everyone's, adults or whatever. So it's like no one's waiting around for you. Everything is bang, bang, bang. And it's like either you get with it or you get left behind. And I feel like that's one of the biggest things I had to adjust to.
You're one of the better freshmen in not just the ACC, but the entire country at this point. Do you have a welcome to college basketball moment from this season?
Yes. I would say my welcome to college moment wasn't even in a game. It was in a practice, and Ish, one of my teammates, he just transferred an older guard, like stronger guard. So like in one of these practices, we were just playing pickup, and I had kind of killed the pickup the day before that. So I'm just thinking like everything was sweet. Like, oh man, this not this, like this is gonna be just like high school. But so Ish, I guess he kind of like coach told him to like calm me down. So Ish guarded me the whole pickup, and I might have scored one time maybe. He was just like taking it from me and like just showing me like it's levels to this, and I realized like yeah, I gotta get in the weight room, gotta do certain things. Like it's not the same. It's definitely levels to it.
Well, I thought you might have answered that question by, oh yeah, man, we went to Cameron Indoor Stadium and walked out with a W. And I know Blake Henson, he's been around a while. He's up there on top of the scoreboard, making sure everybody understood who was number one. But that had to be a great moment too. You mentioned how good this team has been on the road. You've walked into some tough venues and walked out by going, guess what? Virginia, yeah, okay, cool. Duke, yeah, okay, cool. Whatever. Not many people have a chance to experience that in a career, much less their freshman year.
Yeah, it's definitely an amazing moment, especially growing up, like watching these teams. Like I grew up in, like I literally watched that whole UVA run, but like Kyle Guy and Ty Jerome and stuff, and everyone watched Duke, and it's like growing up really watching these teams and then being put in a position where you can beat these teams is it's just like so crazy to me. But yeah, like I'm saying, like it was a crazy moment, and it's definitely a moment that I'll cherish forever for sure.
You're obviously having a big impact as a freshman. So is your fellow freshman, Jalen Lowe. I know he's a Texas kid. You're from Maryland, Baltimore area. First of all, were you connected before this? Because I know a lot of you through basketball know each other. And what it's like going through this journey with him, kind of figuring it out together.
Yeah, me and Jalen, we didn't really know each other until we both started getting recruited by Pitt. Mm-hmm. But we met each other a few times in the circuit. Like we played against his team, but we didn't really know each other. But like being here now and going through the season with him, it's honestly like having a twin that I just met. Honestly, like I feel like we're like the same person. Like I would consider Jalen like a real brother to me. And going through everything that we're going through together has definitely made life a lot easier. And just having that one person there that's always gonna have your back, and I'm always have his back. So I definitely appreciate it for sure.
Bob, you mentioned this is the last week of the regular season. There's still some unfinished business for you guys. Mm-hmm. You're sitting there at 10-8. It seems like everybody's at 10-8 in this league. It seems that way. You're sitting there, and again, if you look at the standings, you look at the net, all this stuff. And again, I don't know how much of this stuff you guys even pay attention to, but how important is a double bye for Pitt to get that opportunity? I know the NCAA tournament's the ultimate wish here. But how often do you guys have conversations about where this team stands in the big picture?
Honestly, we have some, but not many. Not as much as people would think. Our whole mentality, our whole goal is just being 1-0 in our next game. That's what we preach. That's what we talk about every day. Just going into the next game 1-0. So like we obviously understand what is at stakes and like what we're playing for, but it's not something we really harp on, not something we really talk about much. But it would definitely be huge, to get that double bye, just to take a little weight off your shoulders, get a little more rest for sure.
Do you take a sneak peek at any of these bracketologies and all that stuff, or is that just, hey, that's just outside noise, I can't control it, out of sight, out of mind?
Yeah, me personally, I don't look at it at all. I really don't even understand it, honestly. So, but some of my teammates do, and they'll tell me, they'll keep me in the loop. But I try to, focus on the next game, focus on the task at hand.
You're like, hey man, just give me the ball, right? You guys worry about where Joe Lenardi has us, and just get me the ball and give me an open shot, right?
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
It's okay, Bob. We don't understand it either, so don't you worry. You're absolutely, you're not alone. What's it like playing for Coach Capel? Jeff Capel, obviously. When you go through the recruiting process, a big reason you go somewhere is because you like the environment and you like the coach. What's it like playing for him?
I would say it's amazing. I feel like just having a coach that always has more confidence in you than you have in yourself, honestly. Like coach, I feel like coach is always pushing us to be the best player that we can be, and it's always just instilling a confidence in us. Like, yes, like own that shot, take that shot, own that shot. Take pride in being that's your matchup. Like, take pride in sitting down, getting the stop. Like, have confidence in yourself, and it's definitely amazing playing for a coach like that, because it's almost like you're playing mistake free. It's like, cause and especially for a coach that's been here before. He's been in my exact shoes, a freshman guard on a team that's trying to make a run. Like, he's been in my shoes, so he's definitely the ultimate mentor, the ultimate leader, and I feel like he's definitely like the ultimate like friend almost, where like he's telling you like what you can do, like go get it, and I really appreciate that.
What's the one thing when this season ends for you that I need to work on fill in the blank for next year? What after going through this whole season, the ups, the downs, the highs and the lows, what's the one thing you have to work on in the off season? Big picture.
I would say finishing around the basket. A lot of people's scouting reports, it would say take jump shots. I'm a jump shooter, but I try to expand my game more this offseason. I'm gonna definitely work on trying to get to the basket more, finishing inside and using my size more for sure.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, listen, it's been a joy watching you play.
Yeah.
Your upside's unbelievable, and again, we just kidded around about you being only 18 years of age. You play like a 25-year-old man. I'm telling you right now, you got some game. So we look forward to watching you develop and keep doing your thing. Stay healthy the rest of the way. We look forward to seeing you in D.C.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You got it.
Go beat Zach on that 2K next time. No pressure.
All right. Not easy.